Saddle up for the wildest, no-holds-barred conversations in music. Outlaw Jeff James and Mr. Moonlight bring you raw stories, legendary guests, and the unfiltered truth behind the industry's biggest names. We're laying it all on the table.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, this is Justin from the State Line Sinners over here in the UK, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio. Hell yeah.
her embrace, 'cause all the craving will sustain. A glance I fall, I lose it all. She's gone and I burn, I never learn, so all the hurting will remain. But still I walk this wicked maze. Maze lost. There's a fire you can chain, no redemption lost. Lost. Like a scar causing shame, my condition lost.
Hi, this is Jeff James,
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
and you're listening to Outlaw Radio. Who's a freak, Jim?
I'm a freak. You're a freak. We're all freaks.
We're all freaky, man. Outlaw Radio, Sunday night in the land.
There'd be no life without freak.
Yeah, that's right.
You need to freak out everybody every once in a while. Hey,
Who's
that
a
was really
freak?
good. Dang. But that second song, I got to tell you, I almost think that might be my favorite song of all time since the show that we started. That
Jim loved that band. That was After Dome,
unbelievable
with-
drummer. I know
Copia de Lust.
David, if he heard that, I bet he's going, oh, wow, what a drummer that was.
Yeah, that was great. That was a great band. And then Joe Davis kicked it off with the Hand of God.
That's cool.
Yeah, you like that?
Yes.
That was a good tune. All right, so welcome back to Outlaw Radio tonight, kids. We welcome tonight Ceil Gloss at 7:30 p.m. She's a punk, new wave rocker. It's going to be a cool interview. Then we have the Unsatisfied at 8 p.m. We also have the music of the Unsatisfied and Ceil Gloss, plus 51 Boneyard, Vintage Blonde. You heard Freaky Things. You heard Joe Davis Band. You heard After Dome. We also have Ravematic and The Rising Fall.
Man, what a packed show.
Packed lineup for music and interviews, right?
Heck yeah.
All right, so changes are coming. We've been hard at work on shorts, new segments. We're working on stuff with Mr. Moonlight over here. We've got a plan for some of the shorts that we want to do. We plan to dive deeper into paranormal realm. We have very cool ghost hunting coming for you guys. We're going to do something really cool. Make kind of like a little mini movie preview. Something interesting.
Is that what we're doing this coming Thursday, is it?
Not this Thursday, but the following Thursday. We're doing it.
We're going down to the valley, though. What day was that?
That's the 18th. We're going
Okay.
down in the valley. We're getting some footage at Frostville Museum as a little ghost hunt. But guys, check this out. We just made this the other day. We caught an EVP, and we put this up on Thursday's show. We want to show it to you tonight on Sunday. So check this out.
Pen kind of thing. It really is. They're not just talking about going against the.
Saddle up for the wildest, no-holds-barred conversations in music. Outlaw Jeff James and Mr. Moonlight bring...
So that was pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's just as freaky as it was last week when you played it for me. It sounds like they're saying Helga.
Helga!
Helga.
Helga!
That is just so weird. We have no explanation. We've hired experts in the field, and they've just come up with nothing.
Although nobody is, the only person that said Helga was you. Everybody else heard laughing, but you hear Helga.
Yeah,
I don't
seemed
know what to
obvious,
say. right?
Everybody, tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, who's more on there? Is it Helga or is it Hiya?
I think it's Helga. But how did you come up with the idea to slow it down 50%? Why did you come up with that
'Cause-
idea?
I noticed, and me and Alex were talking when we were doing it, and we were thinking about all the other shows, and a lot of the other paranormal shows will slow it down so you can hear it in slow motion.
Oh, okay. So, all right.
And then he was like, yeah, let's do this. And then I go, yeah, let's go 50% down. So it sounded crazy.
So that was his idea?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
very good. He's gonna be helping us in the future with our show a little bit, right?
Yeah. So the idea is this: we're gonna do starting September 25th. We're gonna do Thursday Paranormal, and I think we're just gonna call it that, Thursday Paranormal, because nobody else has that name. And we're gonna do a 1-hour show. It's gonna be strictly paranormal. We will play some music at the start of the show and at the end of the show, kind of like how we were doing Thursdays when we had interviews. So everything that we were doing on Sunday that was paranormal, we're switching over to Thursday for paranormal,
Okay.
starting September 25th.
I
Let
like-
me put this up on so everybody can see it. Paranormal Thursday starts September 25th. Don't miss our special UFO disclosure report. And that's what we have coming. So then what we'll do is Sunday, after the 25th, that show will just be music, local events, everything Cleveland, everything rock and roll, everything metal, everything outlaw country. We'll play like 6 or 7 bands. We'll talk a little bit. And then that show will just be Outlaw Radio Nation. And we're going to try to bring that show down to just 1 hour.
Yes.
If it's possible.
It might take a little while. It's harder than you would think to get, to say we're going to have an hour show. We always seem to run over, but.
And Janine Spring said boo. Was that boo on the shorter show or boo on the changes? But yeah, we got to make some changes, and we're trying to figure some stuff out. And since we're getting into winter season and the days get shorter, we're going to bring the show to 6 p.m. on Sundays, and then it'll be 5:30 on Thursdays. All right, so the other stuff, go ahead, Jim.
Well, that doesn't mean we can't have a 2-hour show. We're not saying we're never going to have a longer show, and it's subject to change weekly, but this is just in general. We were thinking of shortening our shows a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it's always subject to change. Because what happens if we get somebody we want to talk to for 45 minutes?
And we're not going to say, we have to stop now.
Right. We're not going to do that. So we're going to continue to go.
Radio.
Okay. So a lot of people here, David Black, you're all going to interview a true alien tonight, which is Eric Seacamp. Yeah. That's going to be a cool interview. A real alien, huh? All right. Coming soon will be our Calavera PR short. We're working on it now. For her next appearance, she'll be with us on October 9th at 8 p.m. We're also featuring the music of Avoid Dead with the song Witch. And we played that a few times, Jim. What do you think of that?
Pretty good.
It's pretty cool.
Definitely.
I also have this other thing I wanted to show you. It's super cool. You gotta find it. Yeah, if I could find it.
Is it something?
It may not happen. No, I had it. Now I can't find it.
Oh
well. Here we go. So that's cool, right?
That was worth the wait.
That was definitely worth the wait. That band, Avoid Dead, it'll be all the music of Avoid Dead, which is just like 2 or 3 songs that we're going to play during the Calavera interview that we're going to do October 9th.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah, but prior to that, we're working on it right now, putting a short together and having the music of Witch by Avoid Dead played underneath. Kind of like how we just did the EVP one. It'd be about 1 minute long. So that's what we're working on.
Yes, that's right.
All right, so the EVP is up, guys. Go out there, check it out, and watch it. All right? So what we're going to do is we're going to play 2 songs in a row because we need to get ready for Ceil Gloss. Okay? Jim, is that cool with you?
Is that with an S?
It's Ceil. Ceil.
I had that wrong.
Gloss. Did you have it spelled Seal?
Yeah. I knew that was wrong. That's why I asked.
Well, there is that one artist named Ceil, right?
Yeah.
Right,
a bunch of scars on his face for some reason.
Are they scars or are they just like...
I thought they were actual, I don't know, bad acne or something maybe. That guy was awesome. Around 1998, he was kicking butt, wasn't he? With a hit.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you spell that Ceil Glow again?
Ceil.
Okay.
Ceil.
Okay.
Gloss.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we'll have Ceil Gloss with us. This is the Rising Fall with Artificial Degeneration.
All right.
I got to fix something real quick. All right, here we go. Kitties.
so long ago, in the age of the innocent. Everything was natural, everything made perfect sense. Strangest things are dangling in front of all of us. Alice in Wonderland in its fucked up universe. Unicorns dancing
So we have somebody very special waiting for us. I see her right there. I'm giving her the wave.
I do too. I cannot wait.
Ceil Gloss is a New York City-based new wave post-punk musician. Her music is inspired by the 1980s, fuses a post-punk sound with a New York attitude. Please welcome to the show, Ceil Gloss. Welcome to Outlaw Radio Nation.
Hi, how are you?
Fantastic. How are you doing this evening?
Can I ask you a ridiculous question?
Sure.
Do I put my screen this way or?
I like it that way.
Okay, so this way is fine. Okay, I wasn't sure.
What do you think? Do you like it that way? What do you think, Jim?
Well, I think I'm kind of like cropped off,
Yeah,
right?
you are. The tippy top of your head is off right now.
Can you
I-
angle it?
if I turn it the other way, then it'll look like this. I don't know.
Okay, that's good.
I don't know which one's better, Jim.
Yeah, I like this. Just sit back a little bit, and we'll get your. There you go. When you go sit back, so good.
When you sit back, can you hear everything just fine?
I can. Yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay. You look look So
You look lovely.
Oh,
All right, we're ready
thank
to
you.
go. All right, so I've been listening to your music quite a bit and checking you out in a musical sense. Okay,
Yeah,
so
great.
Your musical style is primarily new wave,
Yeah.
post-punk, punk pop. What is it about that era that you love so much?
It's interesting because the whole era was just a phenomenon. The songs had really great hooks. They were very catchy and melodic, and they just radiated this sort of magical, exciting quality to them. I liked the songs because they were very simple, and the lyrics told a story, and there were music videos to match the story. The melodies were very strong, very catchy, and I really feel like that's lacking in today's music. Technology is great today, but unfortunately, the artistic quality is very low right now. And what I mean by that is that the melodies are barely existing, and there's nothing inspiring about today's music. Does it inspire you to want to get out of bed and do something creative? Likely not.
Wow, I agree with you 100%.
Me too.
Yeah, for sure. And you're working on a new album, and you're talking about 80s music. The guy that's producing your album is Jeff Jacobs. He was a keyboardist for Billy Joel and Foreigner.
That's correct.
I saw that you're doing covers and originals. When's that going to start?
It's already starting. We are about 5 to 6 songs into the album already. It's going to be a mix of originals, which is mainly what I do because I have only covered 2 songs in my life. Everything else is original. But the whole thing started with me wanting to cover a Foreigner song before I made contact with Jeff Jacobs. And it was just a coincidence that I happened to find him. It really was. So I wanted to cover That Was Yesterday by Foreigner, and I ended up finding Jeff Jacobs, who was perfect for the job. And I thought, well, let's just do a whole album. So he mentioned another cover. So I had this great idea. I was like, well, let me just mix up the album with originals and 80s covers because it will be a great way to draw new people in from the newer generations. These are great songs from the 1980s that they are likely to not, dig up. So, but if another artist like myself puts them out there, then that will prompt them to want to explore the music of the past. And the 80s is a fantastic era. I don't want it to get lost or buried with time because there was something, the artistic and musical quality was really special. And we need to go back to that, and we need to keep building on that because something seems to have become lost with time. And a lot of people make the mistake of thinking the music sounds great because the technology is great today, but the artistic, quality and content are at the lowest standard, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I couldn't
So,
agree with you more. Right, Jim?
Absolutely. Everybody's coming out with these 2, 3, or 4 chord pattern songs and repeat. Just take 4 chords and repeat it for the whole song. I just don't think there's a lot of creativity when you do that, especially when that pattern's been played 1,000 times before.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Now, you cite that 80s icons such as Duran Duran, Billy Idol, and The Cure as influences, along with more modern acts like the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, which is a great band,
Yes.
and Paramore. Now, do you draw from these influences when you're creating your new music?
well, with bands like the Yeah Yeah Yeahs and the Strokes, they are from New York. So since I'm a New York musical artist myself, we have some similarities, maybe with the accents or just the urban, the overall urban vibe or attitude that we might have. So that's why they're a part, of what I cite. And but my whole musical background in general is very strange. For example, my first love bands ever was the Eagles and Don Henley. That was me. Yeah, I was really digging those American rock guitars, you know,
Yeah,
and
very cool.
and then the 80s. I loved 80s rock music. First and foremost, like bands like Journey and REO Speedwagon. Just more like harder rock bands, as opposed to, I didn't really like them that hard, like Aerosmith, for example. But I liked moderate kind of rock bands, but then like the new wave, synth bands started becoming more popular. Bands like Duran Duran, for example, and so I started getting into that. But I was very, very young at the time, too young to really appreciate all of it. So I was listening to more innocent bands like the Smiths and Morrissey. So, I mean, and here I am today, doing the music that I do, which is also very influenced by my life in New York City. So there's a lot of New York City attitude in the character of my songs. But my musical background, is nothing. You would never think that the music that I do now, you can't really link it to any bands in particular.
Hey, we love the same music. I love the 80s music, and I also love those bands that you mentioned, all of them. I love Morrissey. I love the Smiths. I like the older stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they are fantastic. I mean, I also just pretty much, back in the 80s, I pretty much had like all of the hit songs that were being played on the radio. I went to Tower Records. I had all of the stacks of 45s. And, I loved everything. I liked Madonna. I liked The Cure. I think The Cure were not really, I think The Cure were like a little bit later. But, I mean, see, that's the thing. There wasn't like, and I'm glad that I didn't spend a lot of time loving any one band in particular back during the 80s. I really was all about the radio. I was listening to 95.5. I was listening to Z100, or do you remember all these stations? Now these songs are being called classic rock, which is
Yeah,
kind
you're
of
right
like
about
it's an insult. But I was about all the hits that were coming out. I was into the Bangles, I was into Prince, I was into I was into Duran Duran, Thompson Twins, Soft Cell, Bananarama, The
Oh, yeah.
Clash, Billy Idol, Blondie, anybody who was coming out with a hit, and I was
Missing
really
Persons.
digging it. Missing Persons, yeah.
You
hmm
give me that vibe a little bit. You also give me the
I've
Debbie
heard
Harry
that before.
vibe.
Yes, I
Definitely.
hear that a lot.
The chick from Berlin. You give me that vibe too.
I heard that recently too, and that's a really great hit song. She's the one who did "Take My Breath Away." Is that the
Yeah, she
one?
did Take My
Yeah.
Breath Away. That was Berlin. That was for the Top Gun movie, I believe. I think.
Or was that for Twin Peaks?
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
it was for Top Gun. With the motorcycle scene with whatever that chick's name was. I can't remember. What was her name?
I
Kelly
can't
Lee
remember.
or something. I don't know. All right,
I
so
remember.
here's my next question for you. It's kind of a two-parter, but collaborators. Now, your work's been mixed by notable industry figures. Her single, Son of a Gun, which is kind of a two-part question. One is I want to know all about that song, the influences behind it, the lyrics behind it, because it's an interesting song. And you
hmm
might hit the record today with the most swear words on the show with that song. Just so you know, Jim.
That's quite all right.
No, it was mixed by Steve Lillywhite, producer known for his work with U2. She also collaborated with Jeff Jacobs, as I said before. But you worked with the U2 guy. That's fantastic. Tell us about that. Tell us about the song Son of a Gun in any order you want.
The U2 guy, that's funny. I really loved U2 growing up. I had their first 5 albums. They were my favorite. But with Steve Lillywhite, him mixing my single, it all just happened unexpectedly. It wasn't really a planned thing. What happened was the producer I was working with at the time, he took the song, and it was a rock song that was written by a session guitarist I work with, and whose name is Vlad TPCD, and he did a lot of the he wrote a lot of the songs that I have come out with more recently, like Son of a Gun, High Alert, We Lost Everything. So anyway, the producer I was working with took this rock song, new wave rock song that we made, and he turned it into a very techno song. It was like pure techno, and I was like, no. I was like, I'm a rocker. I want it to sound like rock. So he didn't want to change it. He was unwilling and unbudging, and it's got me angry. So I mentioned it to Steve, and I was just angry about it, complaining about how all the natural acoustics and dynamics were lost in the song, and I didn't like the effect that was on my voice. And my voice was super low in the mix. You couldn't even really hear it. And Steve at the time was really busy because he was getting ready to go to work with U2. So he just said, I think it was just more, I just got him curious. He was just like, can I hear it? Can you send it to me? And he's like, I can take care of this. And it was just something that he did, and he ended up really liking the song after he worked with it, which was like a huge compliment. And he got it the way that I wanted it to sound. So he gave me everything I wanted. He gave it a very strong bottom, and the clarity of the instruments, the natural dynamics were restored. And he threw in his special little touch, whatever he did here or there, the way he ended the song. So, yeah. And
it's an excellent song, by the way. I liked it a lot.
I think I wrote that song about an ex. I was angry. And, we've all at some point have been angry with an ex. Maybe not.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe not everyone, but I have a pretty bad temper. So I wrote that song,
Yeah, Jim, you'll
therapy.
hear the anger for sure. Definitely therapy. It's a good song. We're probably going to play it a whole bunch of times on the shows. Today we're going to play it for sure, and then we're going to play it a whole bunch of other times, Jim. All right, so the songs touch on a broad range of universal and personal topics, including the digital era, dating, love, which you just mentioned, and life in New York City, which you mentioned before. And I actually heard some cars beeping out there, so it's life in New York City for sure. Are these personal experiences for you?
Yes, absolutely. With some of my songs, I have actually walked around the streets of New York City with my phone and recorded the traffic and the sounds of city workers talking, or just, people. And I would just put them into the music, just have it mixed in, because I really love incorporating bits of New York City culture into my music. I think it's really important because so many people around the world are really curious about big city New York, and many people dream of coming here, and unfortunately, many people never get a chance to see it. So I just want to be able to capture it as much as I can and put it into the music, the actual sounds, and I want to get some of that New York character and attitude and put it into my character, whatever she's singing about, get a little street vibe in there. So, so New York City has definitely been an influence. And I actually also just released my very first music video this year, I think about 2 months ago. And it's to the song High Alert. It's on my YouTube channel. And I have a lot of New York City footage there, to give people an idea of what it's really like here. Yeah, so
I like it a lot. It has a really nice urban touch to it. Something you would get from classic punk.
Yeah.
It definitely has a new wave look to it as well, for sure. I remember back in the day, Romeo Void did a lot of that stuff too. You familiar with them?
Yeah, I might be. It rings a bell, but
I Might Like You Better If We Slept Together. Never Say Never.
I would have to hear it.
I've
heard a lot of things, and I don't necessarily know the titles. Everything I've heard.
You would love it. I think it was recorded in video in a subway system, so it's super cool.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Well, you brought it up about the music video. Where can our listeners hear your music, buy your music, stream your music? Tell us everywhere you are and your website. Tell our listeners how to find you.
Mm-hmm. The best place where you can listen to my music would be anywhere that you are comfortable with streaming music. If you like Spotify, I'm there. I'm on Apple, Amazon, iHeart, Deezer, KKBox, etc. Basically, pretty much all of the Pandora, pretty much all of the digital outlets that are common. And if you want to buy my music, I am selling them directly from my website, which is ceilgloss.com is the website. And if you want to join me on social media, I would recommend Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Which is where I'm mostly active, on Instagram. So, all you have to do is just put my name in the internet search engine and you can find me.
I'll be doing that right away tonight.
Before I let you go, Jim had a quick little question for you. He knows you're a big 80s fan. What do you think of the 90s?
I was disappointed when the 90s came out. Things sounded very different. I was not really relating to the whole grungy, angry guitars and the greasy hair, and artists were not really dressing up. They were just wearing dirty jeans and T-shirts, and things kind of took a drop.
Right.
You're right about that.
How about Alanis? She's got to be in there somewhere for you.
I mean, I appreciate that she was unique and she stood out, but I wasn't necessarily relating or resonating with Alanis Morissette.
Well, wait till we play Son of a Gun, and then I'll ask you that same question in a second.
Okay.
All right, Jim.
Okay.
All right, so I do want to thank Ceil Gloss for being on Outlaw Radio Nation. Lovely person, fantastic music. Thank you so much for coming on. And we're going to play Son of a Gun by Ceil Gloss. So hang on for a second. I want our listeners to see you dancing to the music. And here we go. You have a fantastic evening. We're Outlaw Radio Nation. Good night, Ceil.
Thank you. Good night.
He me, but he couldn't. Because I'm already broken. He thought he got away with it, but then he saw me coming. Motherfucker tried to break me, but he couldn't. Because I'm already broken. He thought he got away with it. He's got another thing coming. Son of a gun!
Moonlight.
And you're listening to Outlaw Radio. Hell yeah. Ceil Gloss, man, from New York City. Punk rock, rave, new wave. What do you think of that?
Can't wait to hear
You're a son of a gun.
High Alert. That next song, I'm going to be listening to that song tonight. High Alert.
Man, everybody was digging that.
Yeah,
I think that was excellent. She was an excellent interview. Super nice young lady. She's got a lot going on, I think.
Excellent interview happening.
Yeah, I think she's got a lot going on for herself.
She's very interesting.
Fantastic.
And very interesting.
A lot of cool names she dropped. A lot of the same music that we like, Jim, like Billy Idol.
Oh, yeah.
And Debbie Harry with Blondie. You could tell all those influences. Yeah, we're going to be playing a lot of her music from now on. Got a whole bunch of her songs. And yeah, I think I'm definitely going to follow her. I like her.
I do too. You know, it makes sense that, you know, with the 80s and the way she sounds right now, she loves the 80s. She didn't dig the not everybody loves the 90s, the Alice in Chains and all the other bands, the grunge bands, you know. And Alanis, she had a wonderful first album too, but did she ever come out with anything? I got her second record and it was boring.
No, you didn't like that? Her album?
The second one? No, I didn't.
Well, you know what I think happens a lot of times with a lot of artists? They put out all their best material in the first one.
That's right.
And then that's why they call it the sophomore jinx, because there's no great tunes left over for the second one. Unless you're like Bon Jovi. They had so many songs. Right?
That's right.
Some of those bands had, like Def Leppard for sure, their second album was even better than their first album. Then the third wasn't even better than the first one.
They're lucky. Well, Alice in Chains was like, a lot of bands had good albums after another in the 90s for a while there. I think it was a wonderful era. Took me a while. I kind of missed half of it, and then I got caught up. I started liking Alice in Chains when they came out with their live album, recorded live. That's when and they were already broken up when I couldn't believe how good they were. I finally discovered them.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Jim. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to play one more song just so that we could get set up. The Unsatisfied will be with us in just a matter of a few minutes. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to jump to that. A lot of people are saying Pearl Jam. Yeah, definitely the Unsatisfied, man. People are really super excited about that interview. All right. So let me get set up for that. Let me play a tune for you guys and we'll be right back. Okay. Check this out. This is Vintage Blonde with Skull and Bone.
Truly is only just skin deep. So be sure goes before a fall. Time will level out every playing field. When we're dead and gone, the ugly truth's revealed. What remains, we're all the same under it all. When everything is gone, skull and bone, it will go on. Skull and bone, the only thing you'll own. Skull and bone, skull and bone. The bed that you make is where you're gonna sleep. So beware of the company you keep while you're en route of wealth's pursuit. Ill-gotten gains. When all the kings and queens and their countries fall, when there's absolutely nothing left at all, broke or rich, the end's a bitch, our grim remains. When everything is gone, skull and bone, it will go on. Skull and bone, the only thing you'll own. Skull and bone, skull and bone. You can't be sure your soul is pure or full of sin. You'd never know, pain doesn't show, skulls always free. Beautiful or not, no matter what you've got, here's a common thread. When we're all dead, life works itself out so evenly. When everything is gone, skull and bone, it will go on. Skull and bone, when everything is gone. Skull and bone, it will go on. Skull and bone, when everything is gone. Skull and bone, it will go
Well, hell yeah. That was Vintage Blonde from Chicago with Skull and Bone, Jim.
From Chicago, huh?
From Chicago, the Windy City.
We've had them on before, right?
Yeah, we had him on back in the day when we first were starting out.
Didn't we interview him too?
Yeah, we did do an interview with him. We
Yes.
played him a few times, and yeah, we also did some interviews with him. But Waiting in the Wings is a very special band. The Unsatisfied is a long-running Southern Gothic punk rock band that formed in Chattanooga, Tennessee on Halloween night in 1986. Known for their high-energy shows, provocative songwriting, and dark aesthetic, the band has built a dedicated following over several decades. The music is described as Southern Gothic punk rock, characterized by raw, often intense sound. Their live performances are a defining feature, showcasing wild, commanding stage presences. Please welcome to the show, The Unsatisfied.
All right.
Welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to Outlaw Radio Nation. You guys hear us out there? I hear an echo. I could totally hear you guys.
Yeah. Can you hear us? Because we can't hear you, really.
I could totally hear you guys. Can you hear the echo in the applause and echo?
Yeah, this is a weird delay.
Yeah, I hear the delay on it. Are you able to turn that delay off?
That echo is here.
That echoes from your side.
But we have to have it to be able to hear it. It's like recording us before.
Okay, so you want me just to go ahead with it and I won't say anything. Go ahead with the interview like this?
There's too much interference, guys.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Like this?
Too much interference, man. Yeah. Hold on. We're going to delay. Does that help? But then we can't hear you. Hold on. All the way up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All the way up.
As before, you guys could hear us with headphones in, right? And so you guys are doing it as a group right now? I don't hear the echo.
No, not your phone.
Don't worry about it. I see the sorry guys saying we're not upset about it whatsoever. We're trying to figure out what we're gonna do here. Jim, do you have any ideas what we should do?
I do not.
And play another song and then come back and see if we can get this all fixed up. Normally that happens. All right, so this is Ravematic. This is Against the Flames. We'll be right back. How we doing out there, guys? You unsatisfied?
Yeah.
How we sounding to you? Hello? Can you hear me? I can hear you. I got you all the way up.
We're still delayed.
Yeah, are you guys have the TV on? Are you watching it through like Yeah, there's probably like a delay on it for sure. Hey, do you guys want to do it as a phone interview? It- w- yeah, so we could do it as a phone interview. What we do is we'd set up our Bluetooth, and then I'll send over the phone number on here for you to call.
Yeah, just tell them to call.
All right, so let's do that, okay? Sound good? All right, Jim, if I could have that number. Hold on one second.
Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Yes.
All right, guys, so you see that private message there I just sent to you?
Said he just sent a private message.
Okay, so you see a private message there I just sent to you? You should see it.
We're looking.
Should be right on the platform.
Where did he send it? Did he send it to you?
You saying unsatisfied, or did you send it to Eric?
It should show up on your on the feed from the
Oh,
link.
it should be right on here.
It's BTA too, right?
BTA, you're hooked up, Jim.
Here we are.
All right, here, I'm going to do this. Just give me 1 second.
This is a darn shame,
Oh, here
isn't
we
it?
go. Wait.
Did you find the phone number? All right, guys. So I'm on Facebook right now. I'm going to I'm going to get the number for you right now. Yeah, I'm just going to send it to you right through Facebook on Messenger. It's going to come through your Facebook Messenger, so hold on 1 second.
Okay. Okay.
All right, that's been sent to you. It's in your Facebook Messenger right now. Call that number and we'll get you right on the show, okay? And we got to kick you off this so you can call in with the other thing.
We got it.
All right. All right, Jim. Just waiting for that phone to ring. We'll bring him in, okay?
Hopefully.
Hopefully we'll do it correctly. Here we go. Nope. We don't want you in on that one. I want you to call the number. Call the number. Do you like the sound effect?
It's better than nothing.
Hello, Motel. Hell yeah. Hello, this is Outlaw Radio Nation. You are live on the air. Who is speaking, please?
This is Eric and the Unsatisfied.
Hell yeah, Eric and the Unsatisfied. Plan B works, right? We fucked around for 15 minutes to just figure out that we're just going to have you call in, okay? There's a delay.
Right on.
There's a delay when you go to the TV. So there will always be a delay. So
we know that now.
Yeah, for sure. So I knew it immediately, but I'm just trying to figure out how I could get around that. And then I was like, man, we can't do it like that because it'll just be way too much echo. The echo in our headphones.
Right.
We'd have to turn our headphones off. Then we could barely hear you. So, all right. So here we go.
Right.
A lot of people maybe had heard this. but I'm not sure if you heard it. The Unsatisfied is a long-running Southern Gothic punk rock band that formed in Chattanooga, Tennessee on Halloween night in 1986, known for their high-energy shows, provocative songwriting, dark aesthetic. The band has built a dedicated following for several decades.
Cool.
The music is described as Southern Gothic punk rock, characterized by raw, often intense sound. Their live performances are defining features showcasing wild and commanding stage presence. Welcome to Outlaw Radio Nation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for that beautiful introduction.
Man, you guys deserve it. Thank you so much for all that you do for our channel, man.
You guys are awesome, actually. We wish everybody was like you guys.
Yeah, you guys are legendary status.
It's nepotism, brother. It's nepotism. You got to share this for culture. You know, this is a dying art form. If we don't keep it going, who else will? You know.
Yeah, you're right
and we
about
all
that,
gotta
man.
Support each other.
So the main thing I really wanted to bring you on the show today is me and Jim keep talking about your documentary, right? Well, in 2001, a documentary about the band's struggles and underground appeal was filmed, titled Ambition Withdraw. A revised edition, Ambitious Withdraw Redux, was released in 2019. So some of our audience listeners know about this. Some of your fans know, not everybody. So can you please give us the whole background to this movie idea, what you did, how you released it, and then how AMG Universal got involved?
Well, it first started out, we had this guy, he was 17 years old. He said, I'm going to grow up to be a filmmaker and I'm going to make a movie about your band. And that's great. And then 10 years later, a guy showed up. Hey, I'm ready to make that movie. He went to school, learned how to create a movie, and he followed us around for 3 years. And during that 3 years, we took on half the world anyway. We just got back to New York City. We just did a lot, you know. We covered a lot of ground, and we got new members, and we've been played on the radio and everything. So the guy followed us around with a camera, and then we do these little pieces in it where he wants to do what is it, Johnny? Like little featurettes, minuets. Yeah, like a sort of like Led Zeppelin's, Song Remains the Same. We had fancy footage of the band in it. And there's a lot of weird stuff. And we had a chance to open for the Misfits, and I ended up snapping my Achilles tendon on stage. And then we played the next night in Atlanta with the Misfits, and they got that on film. Jerry Only's on there, Marky Ramone's on there. I mean, and we were able to, in the Redux, we put our shots of New York City when we played CBGB's. It's on the movie as well. So I mean, you've got pretty much a 30-year history of the band on in the movie. You can tell it better than I can. I mean, it sounds like a lie to me when I'm talking. It actually happened. It was actual life, you know.
Yeah, that's super cool. How did it come about that Mark Berry got involved from AMG?
Mark, well, we went to we were shopping the movie around, and it was winning awards. We were doing the film festival circuit. It was winning awards everywhere. We Dogwood Film Festival in Knoxville. We were up there for Q&A in the theater, and we'd had MTI was interested in it first because it was a digital. It was made digitally. What was it, Johnny? Digital film. It's like it was, and the theaters that MTI had were specific about the digital filming. They showed digital film for the first time they tried it. Yeah, and it was between MTI and then Mark Berry stepped in. Now Mark Berry, when he came in on the scene, he had all the credentials. He had this thing called Attack Records and Filmworks. And I noticed that on Attack Records and Filmworks that Morrissey from the Smiths was on that. And then I noticed that Mark worked with Joan Jett, Dave Bowie, everybody. So I pushed Jason Eustace, a filmmaker, into going Mark's direction. And that's how Mark got involved. And we got to the point where when we first did this, that Mark did he was going to do the movie. He did our trailer, and he was doing a case. He made us a case for the movie. And then somewhere between the case getting made and the trailer getting made, everything got convoluted and the filmmaker got flaky and people stopped talking to each other, and then it just dropped. And this after it had been to film festivals and everything. And I know how these things work. I just get, tossed underneath I didn't sign any contracts with Mark. It was the filmmaker, and and they was like I guess it was a vocal agreement that they were going to do it like that. And then it was 10 years. I couldn't use the movie for 10 years, and I didn't talk to the filmmaker for that long. And then when I finally got back into doing the movie, and I wanted to put it out myself. We got some people involved, and we'd recut the movie and added those shots in. And I got in touch with Mark on Facebook and said, on his birthday, I said, hey, we got the movie on Amazon Prime. Mark goes, call me. And that's been a year, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful relationship, Mark's a great guy.
Yeah, he is a great guy. Jim's working with him on a publishing deal, and it's pretty much like the same deal that you had with him. Is kind of like a word of mouth type thing, handshake type thing. And yeah, he works with a lot of artists like that. And then when something pops off, man, he really attacks it. So you're with a great guy. Universal, AMG Universal, they're amazing. So all right,
I love that he's.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
I love that that they got with Universal. That's icing on the cake right there, because Universal. I mean, they when they first got in, I think Sony was involved in Sony Universal, and then they just went Universal Music. So I don't know what happened, but I think Mark's legit as hell, and he's you'd be an idiot not to work with him. And he's got all the knowledge that you need to make your careers move.
Well,
I mean,
it's
like it's more. There's more to it than what I could ever say. There's more. There's more to do it. You got to love this. You got to love what you're doing. You got to do it for the culture. You can't just do it for the money. It's hard to explain to these young people that this is art. I don't expect to make zillions of dollars, but at this time in my life, I'd like to retire doing music,
Yeah, for sure. You're totally right. If you were just to go by Mark's background and not anything about what he's doing now, man, his background alone, just the artists he's worked with and the connections he's made, you can't go wrong with being on his label whatsoever.
No, you can't. And I mean, he wouldn't put his fingers if he didn't believe in it, if he didn't believe in what we were doing and believe we're committed. And I mean, he told me, he said, look, you got 30 years of music, man, and there's 30 years of music, and there's licensing deals all over that, So I'm like, hell yeah. All of us need to go that route. That's the way of the future.
Man, I did a lot of research on your band this week. So here's another one for you. The Unsatisfied released the album Street Shaman, which was recorded at the Historic Creative Workshop Studio in Nashville. What was it like recording this album in such a historic spot, man?
Well, Seth, our bass player Seth set all that up. Talking to him, man. What do you think about that? We played with Dwayne Dennison and doing all that. How did you make that happen?
It just fell into place like dominoes.
Yeah, Seth is the one that got in touch with Dwayne, and I thought, he goes, Dwayne Dennison. We go with him with the bass player for what was it, Seth? We were talking to Deftones. He was talking about the Deftones are going for Jesus Lives as guitar player for production, and that was a blast.
It was a lot of fun, man, because
that's Wayno.
It's a historical studio, and the producer is Joe Thunderberg. He became really good friends with him since then. He produced Hank Williams 3, and he recorded the Tomahawk album, first Tomahawk record, with Mike Patton.
He did Mastodon as well. We lost what's his name, Brian Hine.
Yeah, they just lost that guitar player in a motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really tore Atlanta up. But we got a lot of friends in Atlanta who love that man. The Mastodon played up here a bunch before they got signed, and I was jealous of them. I mean, they were getting attention, you know. But I mean, it was good that guitar-based music was getting attention, you know, and they're great people. You know,
Yeah,
it was
sure.
good to play, to get up there, and because not only did those great bands record at that Spudge Chase in studio, that the studio is the guitar player for Elvis, and for Elvis's band, it's his studio, and I thought that was amazing. From Elvis went in there, and Elvis told him it was too small for him, and he flipped the pizza box over. And then when I went in, I'm like, I apologize for Elvis Presley. I will not flip pizza boxes over.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Dolly Parton recorded her hits. Kenny Rogers recorded all his hits in there. The Faces, Rod Stewart and Ron Wood were there recording. I mean, it was an experience. And Dwayne Dennison wouldn't let me drink coffee. He's like, don't drink. He stayed on me hard. Wouldn't let me smoke weed, drink coffee, or any of that shit. He's like, no, you don't do nothing. Your throat, your voice. It's good to have somebody, you know, finally have production value. I got to get in the mood, get the joint, and I'll be able to sing.
Hell yeah. Hey, here's another one for you. I saw this and I had to bring it up because I get a lot of people that ask me about you guys. So, Tribe Fandom. The band refers to its dedicated fan base as the Tribe. They maintain an official website with a blog, merch store, and information about their history and upcoming shows. So we get so many people that ask you about us, or I'm sorry, ask me about you guys, and they always mention the Tribe. Where did the Tribe come from? And second part is, L.A. Gambino, is she part of that Tribe?
Oh, absolutely. Allison. Yeah, she's right. Absolutely part of that Tribe. She was involved. She don't come out and see any shows now, but she's like a phantom. And she was involved with guitar player I knew, Matt, and he passed away. She's just a really great friend. She used to come out and see us all the time, and she was the one that turned us on to you guys. And I've been checking you guys grow the past year. Y'all really grown a lot, and I'm encouraging all the bands I know to get involved with Outlaw Radio. And she was our lead. And as for the Tribe, we used to have people that would write in the P.O. box, and we'd call them P.O. punks, and they would send us money, they'd send us letters, and they helped support the Tribe, support us. And it went from P.O. punks to the Tribe. Everybody that was involved with us, if I know them, if they're not friends, they're not fans, they're Tribe members.
Some of us were in the Tribe before we were.
Yeah, it's Matt or Drum. Tell them how old you were when you first started.
Oh man, 19.
And how old are you now?
52.
I said, how old were you when you first started coming around? And how old are you now?
45.
Wayno, how old were you when you came around?
17.
And how old are you now?
50.
Johnny,
Yeah, I was 23 when I got mixed up with Eric. He's 60. 56.
Hell, that's a long time. You guys have great chemistry. It shows on stage. You guys rock out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We all played in other bands too, and like our sets, Matt and I, we opened up for Unsatisfied.
Yeah.
Back in the day when.
Yeah, the very first punk show I ever played was opening for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
For the old bass players in the band. Yeah.
Kind of symbiotic.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
That's the trip. It's everybody's a part. We're a family, and it's not just the band. We have wives, we have children, we have we got grandchildren, and everybody that comes out and sees us. The audience gets a lot younger. They're coming out, and then we're playing shows with these bands that we've known for a long time. They're showing us so much respect. And Atlanta's, that's our home away from home. That really is. They treat us better than any place we ever play. That New York City treated us better than anything.
New York City, man. Great place. What about Cleveland? You been to Cleveland yet?
Cleveland? No, but we want to come.
Yeah, you should definitely come
now,
here, man.
Tennessee, Now Cleveland, Tennessee. Now, Cleveland, Tennessee can go to hell. No, Cleveland, Tennessee is all right, but you can't get an audience in Cleveland. The Cleveland, Ohio, shit, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, guys. So we thank you very much for coming on the show. I'm sorry you had some problems in the beginning, but at least we got you on the phone line and we could talk to you that way. We appreciate everything you do for Outlaw Radio Nation. You guys are legendary status. You've really helped us grow, and we appreciate all the nice things you say about us. We are working on it, trying to get better and better with every show. We're getting there.
Brother, you are, and I love the ghost stuff. I love the ghost stuff. Me and Lisa were talking about that, the whole paranormal investigation and talking to the ghosts, the people about ghosts and stuff. The spirituality thing is really cool, and I like that side of your Outlaw Radio, because there should be some kind of paranormal investigation and on some of this. What we got to say? Pushing me. We got to say the website. We got to read the blogs. They want you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. They want you to watch Ambition Withdrawal Redux.
Hell
and
yeah.
It's on our homepage. You come see it, and everybody stay out there for these outlaws and Mr. Moonlight and Jeff. And we love you. And we're playing Halloween. We're playing Songbirds on Halloween night. So if anybody comes to Chattanooga, come to Songbirds Halloween night. You'll see a show you'll never forget. We love you, brother.
We love you too, man. This has been The Unsatisfied. We're going to play a brand new song by them for us tonight. This is The Unsatisfied. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You have a fantastic evening. Everybody, check out The Unsatisfied.
We love you guys.
Rock and roll at its finest. Here we go. You guys have a great night, man. Take it easy.
Relate to the paradigm, half-fall street, skulls all in your backwoods. Take one more white horse song and do a link to the second bit life your backwoods. Gotta push, 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 push it, push it, push it, push it, push it, push it. Get upstairs. Whoa. After all the black is gone, we will find each other again. Relate to the paradigm, half-fall street, skulls all in your backwoods. Take one like voices on and willing to forget the bit like your backwoods. Yeah! Got a brain, you can read, you've got eyeballs, you've got ears, you know rock music is bad. I don't have to teach you that. And it burns me up that Christian young people who are born again, blood-bought, and on their way to heaven find that kind of junk. It's bad enough if some good guy were singing rock music, but it just absolutely infuriates me. We tolerate filth on our airwaves. Relate to the paranormal, half-fall shooting skulls all in your backwoods. They won't like buses down the valley, cause they've locked in backwards. Get up, won't be long. Why, yeah, we will find each other again.
Hell yeah. Outlaw Radio Nation. That was The Unsatisfied. Cool band. Great bunch of guys.
Definitely.
Out there, rocking and rolling, spreading the word. You can't ask for better guys than that, man.
Man, they got the business part of it down, the promo part of it down. They've been together for decades, and look what they're doing. They're doing pretty darn good. I wish I could be there for their Halloween show.
Man, people are out there like, bring on the paranormal. That's what they just said to me. Bring it on. Bring on the paranormal. Here we go.
That is spooky.
I love it. Got a little intro for you, too. All right, here we go. Paranormal segment is about execution and executioners. This is going to blow some minds out there. There's some really crazy stuff in here. All right, so here we go. You ready, Jim?
Yes, I am.
You know, I should have did this earlier, but I forgot about it. All right, here we go. All right, so execution and executioners, I pretty much focused on the medieval times because those were the craziest. So during this period, execution methods were often brutal in public, including boiling, burning at the stake, beheading, and drawing and quartering. In 16th century England, an estimated 72,000 people were executed during Henry VIII's reign. By the 18th century, England's bloody code listed over 200 capital offenses, many for minor property crimes. Juries often refused to convict, leading to reforms in the 19th century. So, ancient Rome, the law of the 12 tablets, was 5th century BCE.
Wow.
Codified the death penalty for numerous offenses. Roman methods included crucifixion, drowning, and being thrown to wild animals. Roman citizens were sometimes exempted from the execution and allowed to choose exile instead. In ancient China, the death penalty was a long-standing punishment. Emperor Zhengzhang of Tang temporarily abolished it in 747 CE, but it was restored in 759 CE after a Lashan rebellion. The Tang dynasty executions were public and often carried out by decapitation and strangulation. So in the United States, Michigan abolished the death penalty for most crimes in 1846. Electrocution was introduced in the late 19th century as a perceived more humane method. Support for capital punishment reached a low in 1966. At some point, the Supreme Court temporarily halted executions nationwide from 1972 to 1976. So in the modern era, lethal injection became the primary execution method in the U.S. After its introduction in 1982, viewed as more humane. However, issues with drug availability and botched procedures have led to legal challenges. Some U.S. states have authorized alternative methods like nitrogen asphyxiation. Okay. And the firing squad, with the first nitrogen gas execution occurring in Alabama in 2024. Most nations have now abolished the death penalty or rarely use it. Did you know about that, Jim?
I did not know that.
It remains actively used in countries including China, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United States. Now we're going to get into the good stuff. Methods of executions in history. Various methods of execution have been used throughout history, involving from brutal public spectacles to more secluded and clinically orientated procedures, such as execution methods have served purposes such as social control, punishment, and deterrence. Ancient and medieval methods. So ancient and medieval methods of execution often include elements of public torture to maximize pain and humiliation. So we're going to go through the list of all the different executions, right? And then me and Jim are going to pick which one we would choose for our death. Because we're not noble. So only noble people get their heads cut off or hung. You have to be of notoriety. All right, so crucifixion, a Roman method of tying or nailing the condemned to a wooden cross or tree to die slowly from asphyxiation or shock. It was typically reserved for slaves, traders, and non-Romans. Okay? Boiling. used in various parts of Europe and Asia. The condemned was placed in a large cauldron of boiling liquid such as water, oil, or tar, and slowly scalded to death.
Who thought of these?
Man, these people were brutal. All right, here's my favorite one. Now, this is not the one I choose, but this one is a highlight of the story.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. So this is called the Brazen Bull, an ancient Greek device in which victims were locked inside a hollow brass bull, a bull like a big cow, statue, and roasted alive. The bull was designed to amplify the victim's screams to sound like a bull's bellows. Not only did they want to torture you to death, they wanted to hear it, man.
I want to find that brass bull. That's got to be somewhere.
Hey guys, you got to come over here and see my brass bull. They'll be like, what?
Here, go inside it and
go inside there and I'm going to light the fire, man.
Hoot a little bit.
Jim's partying tonight, boy. Okay. All right. Hanged, drawn, and quartered. An English punishment for men convicted of high treason. It involved being dragged by a horse, hanged until nearly dead, disemboweled, and then beheaded, and then cut into 4 pieces.
You're probably dead halfway through that process, so what's the use?
Yeah. You're dead after being dragged by the horse.
Well, how about that?
Or even the hanging.
And then being disemboweled where your guts fall out, you're not going to hang around to be tortured after that.
Man, why not after chop off all their limbs? Why don't they just grind them up into sausage? And then feed them to the dogs, and then the dogs shit it out, and then they use that for their manure to replant for next year.
Was this a Saturday matinee kind of thing where the whole family has showed up to watch? And did they bring popcorn back then, maybe, or something?
That's freaking awful. All right, you want another one? Burning at the stake. A method used throughout medieval Europe for heretics and witches who were tied to a stake and burned alive.
Awesome.
That one would suck, too.
Oh, my God. Seen many movies like that.
My toes are roasty. Okay, this one's bad too.
It's sick.
Are you ready? The breaking wheel, also known as the Catherine wheel. This method involves strapping the condemned to a large wooden wheel, having their bones systematically broken with an iron rod, and then they were left to die in the wheel.
So they just...
I'm feeling awful.
They
spinning around like a LA Vegas.
Break your fingers.
Poker table.
And then they break your wrist. God.
What's that game called in Vegas where you drop the thing in? Is that the roulette? And it spins around?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you're like a little and tied on there with broken bones like on the roulette thing. Oh, man, that's awful. All right, this one might be the worst. Flailing. A gruesome process of peeling the victim's skin off their body while they're still alive. It was practiced by the Assyrians, the Aztecs, and many other crazy tribes.
You can't peel skin off anything.
You have to start with.
You have to knife. You need a knife, and then you're tearing it.
Yeah.
And who's doing that? Did they hire people? How much were they getting paid per hour?
Yeah, there's executioners. Here, I'll get into executioners in a minute.
A little bloody, wouldn't it be, if they're alive and
disgusting.
The heart's beating and you're trying to tear
the screaming would be outrageous.
Their buttocks off or something.
Foreskin.
Oh yeah, the gonad's got to be.
I've already had it done. Okay. All right. Decapitation used for nobles and royalty in medieval Europe. Beheading with an axe or sword was considered a more honorable and quicker death. So if you were a nobleman, they just hack your head off, right? But if you're just a peasant like we would be, they would torture you to death.
So they let them off easy, the nobles and stuff, if they
just like in today society.
If one of the vice presidents or whatever decides to screw the king's wife, that's
chop your head off or put you on the guillotine.
I don't know if I was the king. I'd say I'm going to waive that, and we're gonna peel your skin off, buddy.
Yeah, which one do you want to choose? All right, and the last one is the garrote. It's a Spanish method of strangulation involving a metal collar tightened around the neck. And I think I'll take the garrote. At least I could just black out, and that'd be it. I'll either go garrote or crucifixion.
So they slowly just squeeze your necks like
Yeah, but then you just fall asleep, and then once you fall asleep, all the oxygen goes away, and you just die anyway. You're gonna struggle for a minute, but then you're just gonna fall asleep. I'll take that one.
That might be one of the ways I will consider dying.
You're not gonna do the flailing where they
Well,
peel your skin off?
No, I have another one that I think I'm gonna
The brazen bull?
I'm gonna choose.
Yeah, so those are just a few of the crazy execution methods. Now for executioners, why did executioners wear masks, Jim? Is it for the obvious reason so nobody knew who they were?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, masks concealed their identity, protecting them from revenge by the victim's family.
I wonder if they have this huge Arnold kind of guy doing that, or whether they have somebody 5'8", 120 pounds doing it,
4'11" with a black cloak. Come, I'll get you, you money. All right, so additionally, masks dehumanize the executioner, reinforcing their role as an instrument of justice rather than an individual, also known as the hangman or the headsman, because he's come to take your head. That's why they call him the headsman. Okay? The job of executioner in medieval Europe was often a multifaceted one. Since executions were infrequent, they frequently took to other duties, such as performing non-lethal torture and corporal punishments, managing public sanitation, and disposing of animal carcasses. You'd think they would just eat those animal carcasses, right? So you might ask, who is the most notable executioner of all time? Do you know they actually have all that listed?
Caligula?
No, he had the most orgies of all time for sure.
That was back about. That was BC though. We're talking.
Some people might think that's torture.
Golly.
No, I'm not. I'm just going to stop there. I could go on and on about it. Behave ourselves. All right. So Charles Henry Sanson, as the royal executioner of France, Sanson executed nearly 3,000 people over 40 years.
That's insane.
Including King Louis, Marie Antoinette, and other key figures during the French Revolution. He was the most notable executioner in history.
Was he ever interviewed by somebody or something back then?
No, there wasn't people like us around there back then.
Was he married? Did he have a family? Hi, honey, I had a nice day.
I'm not sure.
3,000 people you're killing?
Man, that's an awful lot. That is an awful lot.
I bet he couldn't remember 10 names.
Probably not, Jim.
You could care less, too.
All right, so next Sunday night, we have Midnight Whiskey Massacre with us from the United Kingdom. On our paranormal segment, we bring us the Project Sign and Project Paperclip. We have a bunch of new songs for you guys. We'll be announcing the Outlaw Radio Awards for round 1, which came out tonight. Announcers for those categories are Best Paranormal Guest, done by the Paranormal Chef Matt Gutka, Best Metal by Zack Attack, Best Country by Mr. Moonlight, Best Rock and Roll by me. Okay, peeps, we've come to the end of the show.
But wait a minute. You forgot one thing.
But wait.
Jeff.
What?
Wait. This is the best part. We have to decide how we're going to be executed. We didn't do that, right?
Yeah, we're going to sit down and figure that out tonight after we get done.
Well, I could, but we're not going to talk.
Tell our guests and our listeners how we're doing it.
How do you want to die and how I want to die?
Oh, I want to die by crucifixion. I'll take that or the garrote.
My choice of all of them is being slowly boiled to death.
Casserole de Jim.
Wasn't there a scene in what's that? The Last Samurai, where they're sitting there in these big pots and they're slowly being boiled and stuff? Didn't the movie kind of start like that? Well, the way I figure it is, okay, You get in, the water's probably lukewarm, and then it slowly boils. Well, the key is to put your head underwater and breathe in really hard, and you drown like that, and there's no pain, hopefully. So that's my way of dying.
Man, that's one way to go, Jim. I don't know if I could handle that. Although I guess you would fall asleep just like you would if you were being strangled, right? Because after a while, the pain and the heat would take over. I think, anyway.
Well, I'd rather do it that way than to be thrown into boiling water like a lobster. Oh my!
Oh yeah, thrown into boiling water would be
I guess-
absolutely miserable.
I'd rather just kind of just breathe in water really fast and bye-bye.
Absolutely miserable.
What do you all think out there?
Yeah,
What's
what do
your-
you guys
What's
think?
your favorite way of dying?
The brazen bull? I don't know about that.
It's got to be around somewhere, unless
The grot? I don't know. I think I might take the crucifixion. At least I could die like our Lord. Go out like that. It's got to be awful.
Oh, the worst.
The birds coming over and picking on you,
Actually,
eating on your little toes.
Conan the Barbarian, when he was tied to that tree and the vulture came
Conan.
up and he actually bit the vulture to death or something.
I'll tell you one thing that's not going to happen after the crucifixion. There definitely will not be my resurrection. That's for sure. You're dead, boy. Oh, well. Man, I don't know. Medieval times. Jesus, that was a brutal time.
I think I'll pass that.
Brutal.
If I had an offer right now, hey, you're going to die now, or you could go back to the 16th century, I think I'd want to die now.
Yeah, I'm
or
not going
something.
back to that.
No way.
No way.
They don't
Because
have,
you know you're going to live as a peasant.
you don't have antibiotics. And what if you get the clap or something like that?
Because you think about it, like in this like setup right now, you're living in a house in Fairview Park. You're in the outskirts. You're in a little hut, right? You're not a nobleman. You're not living in the penthouse. You're not the governor or the king. So you'd be a peasant, just like everyone else. Doing the tax, getting sick, right? Eating shitty food, and there's carcasses all over the place. You know it stunk because people are pooping and pissing all over the place.
The odor
The
of
disease and the odor and the death.
oh, people stinking like hell, not showering, or
High
anything
heavens.
like that.
They took
Ah.
2 baths a year. If you're a nobleman, you got to bathe once a year. If you're a peasant, you got to bathe once in a lifetime. Maybe once before you had sex.
And they probably treated women so much poorly than they do now.
What do you mean? They had great rights back then.
Oh my God!
You could be an individual if you wanted.
How about what? How did Mel Gibson die? Was he disemboweled?
Yeah,
up there
disemboweled.
with everybody watching.
Yeah. And if you were different or
terrible
or artistic, they burned you at the stake because they thought you were a witch or a warlock or a goblin, or just different or weird. If you were retarded, you were killed right away.
They should have a movie come out with maybe in the 16th century, but somebody in the village goes around killing all the noblemen that are causing all this death and stuff.
You
He
ever-
could be the hero, like a
I don't know. Is the word retarded? Has that been replaced with a different word? You can't say retarded anymore.
mentally challenged.
Mentally
I
challenged.
guess.
You ever notice there's not a lot of Asian mentally challenged people?
I've never met one ever. I didn't think that was possible.
All right. We're done. We're not going to discuss it anymore. We're done talking about Asian people, dude. Oh my God.
I love
that's
Asian
funny.
people.
I love Asian food. And Asian women are gorgeous and wonderful. Wonderful type of people. Every type of person. I'm going to stick with that. I have nothing more to say about understand Asians. All right, peeps. We are Outlaw Radio Nation. It's been a fun show. We had Ceil Gloss on. We ended up doing a phone interview with the Unsatisfied. At least we were able to do the interview. I'm sorry that we had technical difficulties. It was not our fault this time. We're not blaming anyone or naming names. Shit happens. It's the Matrix. And if you don't think it happens, watch a ton of shows like I do. I watch it all the time. All right, peeps, we're out. We'll see you next week on Sunday. the 14th for Midnight Whiskey Massacre. A bunch of great bands, a bunch of great stuff. Project Sign, Project Paperclip, and we have a bunch of new releases and great stuff we're working on. We will not be back next Thursday. We're taking that Thursday and the following Thursday off to work on music, to do some collaboration stuff, and to work on a preview for the Paranormal Thursday shows coming.
And we have Dwayne Albert coming in this week on Thursday. He called me up last week and said, "Hey, Jim, let's write a song together." And Jeff and I are definitely on board to do that. So we're really looking forward to see Dwayne Albert of Devil's Rodeo. I had to think about it, right?
Yeah, it's been
Rodeo?
a while since we had him on for an interview. It's been a while since we all hung out and talked. We're going to meet up here Thursday at Vasper Studios. We're going to do some talking, hopefully do some music, and see what everybody's up to, and go from there. Just a ton of comments. Thank you, everybody, for watching the show tonight. It's been a fantastic show. I know we're going to have great numbers. You've been a great audience. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Janine.
Everybody out there, Diane Baker, Vintage Blonde, Brian McCabe, Avoid Dead, The Unsatisfied. Sully is on here. Matt Guka is on here.
We love you all.
My Cleveland Project, David Black, Tracy, Rising to Fall, Sean McCabe, Brian McCabe, of course, Janine Spring. I'm sure we said that a bunch of times. Thank you so much to everyone that's tuned in, that has supported Outlaw Radio Nation. We love you guys. So we are out. We will see you next Sunday. All right, Jim?
Bye-bye.
We're going to play one last song for you. This is a surprise. It's a special drop. I didn't tell anybody about this. I really like this band. They have a very unique and cool sound. This is Circle of Narrow.
Nice. Narrow.